Nearly 40% of American marriages will end in divorce. Not because people stopped loving each other, but because nobody taught them what was slowly destroying their marriage from the inside. And by the time most couples realize it, it's already too late. I've spent years studying the research behind what breaks marriages apart. And what I found is that divorce rarely happens overnight. It builds quietly, over months, sometimes years. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common causes of divorce in America, backed by research from leading family psychologists and marriage scientists. Whether you're married, engaged, or just want to understand what makes or breaks a lasting relationship, this video is for you. Let's begin. Let me start with the number 1 cause researchers point to again and again. That is communication breakdown now. I don't mean just talking. I mean deep, honest, emotionally safe communication. Dr. John Gottman, one of the most respected marriage researchers in the world, spent over 4 decades studying thousands of couples. His findings showed he could predict divorce with more than 90% accuracy just by watching how couples communicate. He identified what he called the 4 horsemen of relationship destruction: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Here's a real-life example. Imagine a couple, let's call them Mark and Sarah. Mark comes home stressed from work. Sarah has had a hard day with the kids. Instead of connecting, they snap at each other. Mark goes silent. Sarah feels unseen. Over time, that silence grows into a wall. They're not arguing anymore, but they're not connecting either. According to research published in the Journal of Marriage and Family, couples who regularly use contempt in arguments are far more likely to separate within the first few years. So what can you do? Try a daily 10-minute check and no phones, no TV. Both partners should listen to each other. Just ask your partner, how are you really feeling today? It sounds simple, but research shows it rebuilds emotional safety over time. Cause number 2, financial stress and money conflict. This one surprises a lot of people. A major survey by the American Psychological Association found that money is consistently the top source of stress in American households. But here's the twist: it's rarely about how much money a couple has. It's about how they talk about it, how they decide together, and what money means to each of them. For one partner, saving money might mean security. For the other, spending money might mean love and enjoying life. When those 2 values clash without open conversation, resentment builds quietly. Financial therapists, yes, that's a real and growing profession, consistently report that couples who argue about money at least once a week are significantly more likely to divorce than those who don't. And in today's economic climate, with inflation, student debt, and housing costs, this pressure has only intensified. The fix? Schedule a monthly money date, a calm, judgment-free time to review your finances together. Agree on shared financial goals before deciding who manages what. Transparency, not control, is what keeps couples united, and make list of your needs and desires. Prioritize them according to your financial condition. Cause number 3, emotional disconnection and intimacy loss. It may be the most important. This is not the same as falling out of love. This is something quieter and more dangerous. Researchers call it emotional divorce, and it can happen years before the legal process ever begins. Picture this: 2 partners living under the same roof. They eat dinner together. They go to their kids' soccer games. But they haven't truly seen each other, haven't felt truly close in months. They are roommates, not partners. Dr. Sue Johnson, a clinical psychologist and creator of emotionally focused therapy, one of the most research-validated couples therapy approaches in the world, explains that humans are biologically wired for emotional bonding. When that bond is consistently unmet, we begin to shut down. We protect ourselves, and over time, the relationship becomes hollow. What causes this disconnection? Busy schedules, chronic stress, parenthood, unresolved arguments, or simply never building those deep habits of emotional connection in the first place. Studies in relationship science consistently show that emotional intimacy is even more critical to long-term satisfaction than physical intimacy. What helps? Practice what researchers call turning toward your partner when they share something. Stop what you're doing, make eye contact, and respond with curiosity. Even small moments of genuine attention rebuild emotional bridges over time. Cause number 4, infidelity and broken trust. Cause number 4 is one that needs no introduction. Studies estimate that between 20 and 40% of divorces in America cite infidelity as a primary factor. But here's what the research actually shows, and this may challenge what you think you know. Most affairs don't start because someone stopped loving their partner. They start because one or both partners felt profoundly unseen, unappreciated, or emotionally starved in the relationship. Dr. Esther Perel, a therapist and researcher whose work has reached millions, argues that affairs are often a misguided search for aliveness, for feeling desired again, or for reconnecting with a lost sense of self. This is not to excuse infidelity. Betrayal causes deep, documented psychological trauma, including symptoms similar to PTSD in the betrayed partner. But understanding the roots of why it happens is how couples and individuals begin to prevent it. And here's something most people don't realize. Emotional affairs, those that involve deep personal sharing without physical contact, are actually rated as more devastating by many betrayed partners. So what protects a marriage? Make your relationship a priority, not just when things are good, but consistently. Regular, intentional connection creates a protective layer that research shows significantly reduces vulnerability to outside temptations. Cause number 5, incompatibility and unmet expectations, and the 5th cause. This one is the most overlooked of all incompatibility, but not in the way most people think. We're not talking about having different hobbies. We're talking about deep mismatches in values, life goals, parenting philosophies, religious beliefs, or lifestyle expectations. Here's what researchers have found. Many couples experience what's called expectation gap syndrome. They enter marriage with a mental picture of what their life together will look like. And when reality doesn't match that picture, they don't talk about the gap. They quietly adjust, resent, and eventually withdraw. Research published in journals of family psychology consistently shows that unaddressed differences in core values, how to raise children, how to practice faith, how to balance work and family, are among the strongest predictors of long-term marital dissatisfaction. The good news? This is perhaps the most preventable cause on this entire list. Premarital counseling, honest early relationship conversations, and ongoing dialogue about shared goals can close the expectation gap before it becomes a canyon. Every year, or even every 6 months, sit down with your partner and revisit your shared vision. Ask, what do we want our life to look like in 5 years? Are our values still aligned? This is not a sign of trouble. This is what thriving couples actually do. So let's bring it all together. The 5 main causes of divorce in America are communication breakdown, financial conflict, emotional disconnection, infidelity, and unmet expectations. None of these happen overnight, and none of them are unstoppable. What they all share is this: they grow in silence. They thrive when couples stop paying attention to each other. The research is clear. Marriages don't fail because of one big explosion. They fail because of 1,000 small moments of choosing distraction over connection. But the same research also shows something hopeful. Couples who proactively address these 5 areas, who communicate openly, manage money as a team, stay emotionally connected, protect their trust, and align on their values, these couples don't just avoid divorce, they build something rare. A marriage that actually grows stronger with time. If this video gave you something to think about or something to take home to your partner, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 causes do you think is the most dangerous one? And if you haven't already hit subscribe button, please subscribe this channel for more research-based health and problem-solving content. Until then, take care of yourself and your family. See you in the next video.